Welcome back to the podcast.
The Fuck My Work Life podcast.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Sorry. Welcome back to the Fuck My Work Life podcast.
Hey, everyone.
Coming to you from the sunny shores of Norway.
Oh, we moved.
We have.
Cool. I'd like to move to Norway. I think that's...
I would totally move to Norway.
I think I posted something on Instagram. I think it was Norway, where they established a 30-hour work week instead of a 40-hour
Was it Norway or Sweden?
I don't remember. Somewhere over there.
Same thing, but not.
Yeah. So that would be cool.
Get in touch with all my Viking ancestors.
Yeah. You like those Vikings.
I do.
You're nodding your head. No one can see that.
I know. I know.
So how's everything going with you?
I'm good. It's a weekend day, so Saturday just got off work.
SATURDAY night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you love it when I sing.
Yeah, and dance in the grocery line. That's my favorite.
Yeah. You gotta enjoy life, right?
Yeah.
So we're coming up on a year of this goddamn
I know.
pandemic, and we're lucky that we are working. There are a lot of people that aren't working out there.
Yeah.
I feel very blessed to have a job, but at the same time, after a year of going to work and having zero outlet after work, just to come home and sit in the apartment,
it's been pretty rough.
Yeah, I think this week has hit everyone hard. Just hit that year anniversary.
Yeah, well, I know Texas lifted all of their, like no masks, no like do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. And I think Connecticut did it too. They lifted everything too.
Wasn't Georgia trying to as well?
Yeah, I think now that we've hit that year mark, there's going to be a whole lot more fuck it places. Yeah. I know. Like in Arizona, it was basically not. No one was following it anyway, even if they had them in place. I understand like the CDC and everyone recommending these things, but it is kind of whatever when like the government tells you have to do this. You have to do this. I understand the places like they still recommend face masks. They still recommend social distances, but they're just not forcing people to do it.
Yeah, I feel like if you are any sort of not asshole, you would want to wear a mask and keep yourself and people around you safe. But there are people who only care about themselves. There's a lot of those people. And
there's a lot of those people.
Been very, very frustrating having to deal with that over the past year. But hopefully with the vaccines, hopefully by the end of this year, we'll have some sort of normalcy back.
Yeah.
Maybe be able to see friends and family a little bit more.
I still don't, I'm so used to wearing a face mask now that I don't know if I'll
just gonna do it forever.
I'll stop wearing it all the time. But if they lift the face mask and we're able to not wear it, I don't know.
It might be a while until I feel comfortable.
The amount of people that we're around that are questionable with their
hygiene.
Yeah, hygiene and their habits,
It's amazing.
Motherfuckers digging in their nose and shit.
Going into the bathroom and you see people walk in there, walk into a stall, come out and just walk out. They're not even washing their hands. And if they do wash their hands, it's for 2 seconds, which does nothing, at least as far as coronavirus is concerned. It doesn't kill those whatever cells or whatever at all. It has to be at least 20 seconds for the soap to penetrate the walls of the virus. And so all you can do really is just make sure you're being safe yourself. And I think even after this is all over, the thought of wearing a mask if I'm not feeling well doesn't seem so strange anymore. And hopefully more people in America will start doing that.
I think we've kind of been conditioned to do that now. You're always going to have, I don't want to call them outliers, but you're always going to have those people who, when they're sick, they just don't give a fuck.
Well, yeah.
You're always going to have those people. But I think this is going to bring people into, I don't know, teach them a little common courtesy, when you're sick, stay the fuck home.
Yeah.
No one cares about you want to go on vacation in a couple months, so you need to save your time.
Or if you
fuck your time.
If you do come in, put a fucking mask on.
Yeah,
so
wear
you're
a
not
mask.
like sneezing and coughing all over everybody and spreading
but
your germs.
I feel like I can't breathe with it.
Oh, shut the fuck up. You can breathe fine. Anywho.
That is not what our podcast is about, but
No.
What the fuck ever, it still needs to be said.
It's what's going on in the world right now.
And if you're one of those people that we were talking about,
put on a fucking mask.
Yeah, or just stay the fuck home.
Or that. Actually, just stay home. We don't want to look at you anyway.
Exactly. Most people don't want to fucking see you anyway. So just stay the fuck home.
That ends our TED Talk for the day.
Yeah, let's talk about fun stuff.
So we're going to get into some of your workplace stories now. We've got a few for you today. So do you want me to start?
Yeah, you can start. But usually, well, I say usually, we've only had one other episode. But we try to do like a theme with the stories that we read. So we get the emails and we kind of put them together and see which ones. Like the last one, I already forgot what it was about. Falling.
Legends of the Fall.
Yeah, Legends of the Fall. It was about falling. So this one, like, we don't have a ton of emails. Hopefully it will change soon.
No, we have so many emails.
We have so many.
Really,
if you're
really
not
popular.
writing them in, you're kind of missing out.
You're going to be way at the bottom of the list if you send in your emails now.
But this episode, we are going to be doing like a mishmash. Just a couple stories that we have that we don't really have a theme for. So
but they're still very interesting stories.
Yeah, but they're fun stories.
Kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
There's one not so fun story, but we'll get there. Not all of our stories have to be fun either. So if you have a story that you want to tell that isn't like funny, that's cool. Send it in.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
We'll make fun of you.
Yeah. We'll try to make light of it as much as we can.
Maybe depress you a little more.
Aww. Okay. So our first email is entitled Party Time. When I got my first job, it was at a fast food restaurant. I feel like that's a lot of people's first jobs. I mean, it's
fast
the
food
gateway,
restaurant or big box store.
It's the gateway to the working world. Big box store, what, like a Walmart, Kmart?
Yeah.
Okay, so everyone that worked there was super close. We would dance and clean together after closing up. Everyone got a little cake on their birthday. We were like a family. To the point that when one of the workers got engaged, we taped up the windows with trash bags after we closed, put signs out that said closed for painting, and we threw a bachelorette party inside for her.
Those places are fun to work.
That's
when it's
so
like
cool.
You have not too many people and everyone ggets along.
And everyone's probably young and like they not thinking about the consequences of
young, dumb, and full of cum.
Ew.
What?
Ew, David.
Yeah.
Okay, where was I? So this included strippers and alcohol. It was awesome. I would love to be that stripper, like walking up to that fast food restaurant.
To the fucking Taco Bell.
With like the windows taped up with plastic bags.
It looks like you're walking into a scene from, what was that serial killer show? Dexter.
Walking in on a snuff film about to be made. So the only person not invited was our manager. Probably smart. He never found out, and everyone was hungover the next morning when we had to open. Funnest place I ever worked. I was 17. That sounds like a great first job.
That would be fun.
I like that story. I want to have a bachelorette party in a fast food restaurant.
Del Taco?
Yeah, Del Taco. I like Del Taco.
Keep the kitchen open.
Yeah, man. French fries.
Move all the tables.
Beyond Meat burritos. Whoop, whoop. I know how to party.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That was it for the first email.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, it was a short one. But that's fine. It was good. I liked it.
So the next email is called The Car. This goes way back to my 20s. I was working for this guy who was probably in his 50s at the time, who thought he was some kind of innovative thinker and engineer who was developing a new type of design for engines for cars. I would like to see that. Like, what's a new type of design?
Does anyone give a shit about the design? Or maybe it had to do with...
I do.
Well, okay.
Well, the design of the engine?
Yeah, like what it looks like. I guess people do care about what it looks like,
Well,
right?
I think when it comes to designing an engine, it's not the way it looks.
Like the performance.
It's the way it works.
Okay. Wonder what his big idea was.
But this guy loved his liquid lunches.
Hell yeah.
Those are always good. And you would want to stay away from him when he was near any kind of open flame, if you know what I mean.
How many times was this guy around open flames?
Obviously not enough, because I don't think the story's about him catching fire.
Well, let's find out.
So one day he drove me to a local shop where they were doing some work on his brilliant invention, in quotations, and wanted me to get an up-close look at it. When we were finished looking at it, I went out to his car and got into the front seat and waited for him. He was still inside doing his business.
Is his business drinking shots of vodka?
Yes.
Vodka.
We'll celebrate. I then watched him walk up to his car and open the back door and get in the back seat.
Okay.
He closed the door, and you didn't immediately get the fuck out. He closed the door, took out his keys, and started looking around and said, "Where's the ignition?"
Oh my God.
And then suddenly realized where he was and started to laugh and said, "Oops, wrong seat."
Oh my God.
Guess what? You're in the fucking wrong seat too, being in the passenger seat with this guy.
Right?
That was the last time I rode in his car. So did they both die?
Yeah. This is a ghost writing this story.
Oh, a ghost?
I love that. Where's the ignition?
Hey, where's the fucking ignition?
I don't know. Where am I? That would be terrifying as a 20-year-old.
Who took my steering wheel?
But he said way back when he was 20. I wonder if seatbelts were even a thing.
Probably
this
not.
Time.
Yeah, I mean,
pretty funny.
Way back to my 20s. That means you're probably 60s, 70s.
I don't know. I just want to apologize if you can hear our dog snoring in the background.
Oh.
She's teeny tiny, but snores like a freaking freight train.
Like a bear.
Okay, so my next story is more of a serious one. We're just taking you on a journey this episode. We're starting you off on a high note, going down on a low note a little bit, but then we'll finish you off.
By the end, you'll be in the closet crying.
But we'll lighten it up towards the end again. Okay, so this one is called The Masseuse. I work in a warehouse. I do customer service, photography, and social media for a small wholesale company. I'm one of 3 women among 25 employees. A new guy started and he was super friendly in passing. Over a few weeks' time, we chatted about small things like tattoos and music, then deeper things like racial justice. Anyway, he was a super cool dude. I enjoyed chatting with him here and there. I had given him my number because we wanted to share some music recommendations. This wasn't uncommon for me, as sometimes I need help from the guys in the warehouse, and it's easier to text them than to walk around and find them. So a few months into him working there, he texts me that he wants to ask me something, but is scared. Obviously, I'm thinking this is something sexual, and I wanted to avoid any type of talk
because
like that.
It is.
I mean, yeah. And as a woman, you always have to be basically on the defensive.
And as a man, you don't text them and say you're scared. You just fucking text them and say, "Look, bitch, I got..."
Well, don't say, "Look, bitch." That's
do
not
you
going to
like
help
dick
your
pics?
case. Oh, God. I feel like guys don't even ask if you like dick pics.
Nah,
They
just send it.
Send them. Don't do that. I've met very few women who actually enjoy that. Most of them just show them to everyone and laugh. So that's a warning for you guys. We're not looking at them being like, "Ooh, look at that dick." It's like, haha, friends, look at this idiot sending me a dick pic.
All right, we're getting off into the bush.
Okay. What? All right, let's go back to this email. Okay, so obviously I'm thinking this is something sexual, and I wanted to avoid any type of talk like that, so I kind of ignored it. He kept pressing, so I finally decided to respond with "shoot." Then he decides he can't ask me and leaves it at that. It was a red flag for me, and I was on guard after that. Good on you, girl. Another couple weeks later, he tells me he's in school and needs help with an assignment. I told him whatever it is, he can email me and I'll be glad to help. He never emailed anything to me, but a week or so later he asked, "Are you here today? I still need help with that assignment, but it would be easier to explain in person." How long does he think this assignment is? It seems like a couple weeks at this point that he's been talking about this assignment.
Yeah. Which should be another red flag that it's probably not an assignment.
Right? Where was I? Blah, 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 blah. So later he asks, "Are you here today? I still need help with that assignment, but it'd be easier to explain in person." I was not there that day and told him he could text it.
Has she said what this guy does yet?
No, I think they just work in a warehouse. I don't know what he does.
No, I'm sorry. His school. Like what school he's... No, okay.
She hasn't said yet. I was not there that day and told him he could text it. And he asked if he could call instead. I already had the one red flag and didn't really want to talk to him on the phone or in person about anything that wasn't work-related at this point. But alas, I allowed him to call. He ends up texting me anyway that he's in massage therapy school and needs to examine bodies of 3 different body types from head to ankles, in person, naked.
Yeah, 3 different body types. One with big cans, one with a big ass, and the other one with blonde hair.
And goes into the different positions he needs to examine them in, like squatting, plank, and etc. Etc. Yeah.
Excedrin?
Excedrin? Advil? Etc. I'm sorry. Have you ever gotten a massage squatting?
First of all, this guy...
And plank? Like, are you just
needs
holding
to go back
plank?
home to mommy's basement because he has no fucking game.
Well, it's just... I mean, it's fucking creepy.
Well, yeah. I mean, at this point, you'd have been better off just saying, "Hey,
well, fuck.
Show me some titties."
Yeah. Ugh, that's just so creepy. Especially because he sat there and probably thought about, oh, hey.
What would be the best position to tell her I need her to take a picture of herself or examine her in?
Weird. Anyway, so I'm horrified, as you should be. And I reply with abso-fucking-lutely not. Not in those exact terms, because I try to keep peace until I can process this. He backtracks and says he didn't mean naked, quote unquote. Okay, what else could you have meant?
What the fuck else is there?
I think he realized he had a paper trail. He then
I just wanted you with pasties and a Band-Aid over your cooter.
He then says, just videos would suffice. Still no. He explained the assignment of having to get comfortable with naked bodies and that his professor is from a country where naked is not as big a deal as it is here.
Naked is naked, motherfucker.
Well, also, like you're naked when you get a massage, but you're covered with a sheet. So it's not like you're just out there squatting, doing the splits naked while they're rubbing you down. Like, this is so far-fetched.
Yeah, exactly. You're a massage therapist. What other position do you need to examine a body in?
Other than just laying there.
Laying the fuck down, either on your back or on your stomach.
And if you need to get comfortable with nakedness, watch some fucking porn.
Fuck that guy. What a bitch.
Yeah, this is just fucking crazy. Okay. So I stop responding after I make it clear this is not something I'm going to do. But I do casually ask what school he's in. He tells me, and I happen to have a cousin that went there and asked her if this was something they had to do for any class. Of course, she says no, they never worked with anyone naked, and anytime they did sort of practice, there was always a professional third party involved. I mean, that makes sense. You don't just go to someone's house naked and start squatting and doing planks for them for an assignment.
This guy's such a fucking idiot.
Oh.
You would think that it took him a couple weeks to actually like spit this shit out to her and tell her what he wants. You would think he would have like thought it through a little more. Like, when the fuck have you seen someone getting a massage in the plank position or squatting?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
So, I mean, it sounds like in the beginning he was kind of trying to groom her, like butter her up, get her like used to being comfortable talking to him, and then just throws this like,
"You so pretty, girl.
Out there, just
I need to examine your body type. Will you take a video of your cooter and stuff and squatting, please?
Cooter.
I need it for school. Do it for the greater good."
Could you just grab your ankles and
yeah. Squat, plank, spread eagle.
Oh,
come on, it's for school. I have to write a paper about it.
So wrong. Okay, I end up calling the school and telling them my story and asking if they can let me know if a person by this name is enrolled there. The director of the school calls me back and says there's no one with that first or last name enrolled, nor has there been in the last 5 years. She said should 100% report this to HR at my company, and if he is a massage therapist, he should be reported to the MT board. This guy is not a massage therapist.
No.
He just thought of some harebrained idea to try to get chicks naked around him and didn't research it.
I don't know if he was hugged too much by mommy. I don't know where he
opposite. I feel like a lot of serial killers have crazy mom issues.
So now this guy's a serial killer. I mean, could be.
Could. I mean, it's not far-fetched. Like, trying to get a woman alone, naked, and vulnerable, who fucking knows what this guy would have done?
At a Taco Bell? With the window? Oh,
different story.
Oh, different. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's no telling what this fucking guy had in mind to do. Like, it's terrifying, and you always have to think the worst. Like, you know, when you're going into situations like this. Luckily, she didn't go into situations like this. But who knows?
The last time I was in that kind of situation, I show up and the guy's like already got oil warmed up. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then he pulls out a pencil and I'm like, where are you going to put that?
Oh, that sounds
what the fuck?
Terrifying.
It wasn't sharpened though. So.
Oh, well, that's probably better, I guess.
Yeah. I don't want lead poisoning.
Okay. We just have a couple more sentences left in this email. So. I did end up telling my boss and sharing the text with him as proof, and he was called in and fired immediately the next morning. The guy did try to deny everything and say he wasn't lying about the assignment and that he was enrolled in that school. He did end up sending me one last text saying he didn't mean any disrespect and that he was sorry. That was that. I spent the next few months worrying if he would show up at work angry at me for getting him fired.
I mean, to unpack it a little bit, I feel bad that the guy got fired. Not so bad, but... You know, like, that's his livelihood. But also...
this guy is a fucking predator.
This guy is definitely a creep. And even if he was in school and this fucking ridiculous assignment he did have to do, don't fucking ask someone you work with.
Well, he didn't go to that school. He lied about it. She checked.
I know. I know, but I'm saying even if he did, and this was an assignment, you don't ask someone at work something. Like, you ask someone at work, hey, can you do trigonometry? And, you know, you don't ask them, hey,
can you get naked?
Can you get fucking naked alone with me so I can examine your body for school?
What's terrifying is this was almost 100% likely this is not the first time he's tried this. Some, like, young, naive girl that doesn't know any better could have fallen for this shit, and who knows what would have happened or what did happen for whatever reason. And I'm really glad the person that wrote in knew to trust her instincts and, like, tell this guy to fuck off.
Yeah, definitely. Not even how many girls are naive. Just how many girls are probably like, okay,
well,
people want to fuck me.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, so let's bring it up a notch. Let's have another funny story.
I mean, that one it was serious, but telling the story, it wasn't too crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I'm glad she's going to be fine. I'm glad she listened to her gut. Listen to your gut, ladies. Stay away from freaking creeps and predators.
Yeah.
And so-called massage therapists.
Definitely, yes. Okay, we want to go to the next story now?
Okay.
This story is called Soapnut. My husband used to work in an office with around 15 to 20 people, but one colleague specifically was a pain in the ass. Let's name him Dick.
Sounds fitting.
Because he's a dick.
Because he's a dick.
Dick loved to eat other employees' lunches. Oh, fuck this guy.
I have never understood that.
I don't understand what clicks in someone's head when they can, like, go to a break room and see food that is not theirs and is in, like, a fucking lunch bag or in the fridge and just decide, fuck it, I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah. That's happened so many times where we work.
And this guy would eat employees' lunches almost on a daily basis.
What a fucking asshole. He should be Major Dick.
Chop his fucking hands off.
Ooh. Cut his tongue out.
Oh, okay. One day, my husband decided enough was enough.
My husband.
one day, my husband decided, hey, don't do that shit.
That's the point of this podcast.
One day, my husband decided enough was enough. So he bought a donut, took it to work, filled it up. Oh, I'm guessing like icing over the top with pink bathroom soap. Like put the bathroom soap over the top. I thought it...
Or like they could have got like one of those injector syringes and like stuck it into the bottom like they do in the pastry shops and just filled it with soap. Like a jelly-filled donut.
Yeah.
Either way.
Could have been. It could have been. It totally could have been. But that's some serious lengths to go to.
Hey man, if someone's eating your fucking food every day,
eat my fucking donut, you
gotta
son
do
of a
what you
bitch.
gotta do.
I'd have put fucking rat poison in that shit.
I'm frightened right now.
Anywho, he placed it on a plate, wrapped in clear wrap, with a sign taped to it that said, "Do not eat." Of course, Dick decided he would eat it anyways and ate about half before he realized he was eating soap. Good for him.
Suck it, Dick.
He told the manager and they figured out who it was. LOL. He was just written up, but everyone in the office saw my hubby as a hero.
Why didn't the asshole who eats everyone's food get written up?
Yeah, no shit. Well, because, you can make him sick. He needs to be sick.
Yeah.
He needs to get sick for eating other people's food.
I don't understand why he got away scot-free, but Soap Guy got in trouble. Good for you, Soap Guy. You are a hero.
I mean, that's stealing, eating other people's food. It's fucking stealing.
Yeah.
And don't fuck with my food.
Yeah. I do not envy anyone that steals your food.
I know I had years ago, I put boxes of breakfast burritos. I bought them at the grocery store. It's like those, I forget what the brand is, but what the hell is the brand? Anyway, I bought a box and there was like 8 burritos that came in this box. And I put it in the freezer at my job so I could go to work and not have to worry about making it before work. Go to work and just heat one up. And I had like 2 out of the box. And then the next day I went in and I don't know if someone took them the fuck home with them, but there was 1 left in the box. So either someone was really fucking hungry or they decided that I was going to feed their kids for the next couple days, or who knows, for just one day.
Well, yeah, like I've seen people, if there's like any kind of party or gathering where people bring food and they will bring Tupperware and just load up on the food.
I do that.
Yeah.
If there's a potluck.
I've seen you do that.
I bring a Tupperware. Hell yeah. That's just good business.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's brought for everyone, though. It's not like you're bringing something for your lunch and people are stealing it and taking it home.
Yeah.
But they just, like, people are just free food. Gotta get as much as I can.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that if it's a potluck, but
not stealing someone's
I'm not
lunch.
going to rummage through the fridge and look for someone's food.
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time. Only when you're really, really hungry.
Yeah, only if no one's there and I'm hungry. So, yeah.
Good job, Soapnut guy.
Yeah, he is a hero. You are a hero.
Real man of genius.
Okay, and our last story, I'm going to read this story. This one is called Hug Day.
Oh, makes me feel all warm and tingly inside.
My first job was at a private golf country club.
Fancy.
When I was about 18 years old. There, I maintained the golf carts and helped out the members when needed. I wonder how he maintained the golf carts.
Yeah, wipe them down, clean off the seats.
So he cleaned the golf carts.
Yeah, I don't think...
Well, maintenance is different than cleaning.
Don't
try to boast yourself up, pal. Anywho, one day the general manager of the company came outside to assess things. He was walking out of the building, and I was walking towards the building. And as I turned a corner, he happened to be there. We came to this awkward 90-degree conjunction where we both stopped to let the other pass. He opened his arms in a gesture for me to go ahead and pass, but me, being the awkward individual that I am, thought that he wanted a hug. So I dove in. I am not a very tall male, roughly around 5'6", and my general manager was around 6'2". Now that's a man. so my head rested at about his chest level.
Aww.
As I was hugging this man I did not know very well, I heard him go, "Oh."
I think it'd be more like, "Oh."
Oh. And that is when I knew I fucked up. As I pulled away, I avoided all eye contact with him and quickly began making my way to my destination, where I heard him say, "Have a nice day," just twisting the knife deeper. Apparently, he told my manager and a few other people in the office, who got a kick out of it and decided to go around giving people hugs that day. I didn't know about this until people started to come up to me and give me a hug and say, "Happy Hug Day."
Oh my God.
That's when I knew my secret was out.
I love this story.
It's a good one.
I hope Hug Day became a national holiday at this golf club.
Oh, I bet it did.
It's National Hug Day.
It's National Country Club Hug Day.
Oh God. I just love that vision. I could see the guy's just eyes closed, resting against the chest of his general manager and just hugging. Oh. Thank you guys so much for sending in your stories. We love reading them and sharing them with everyone.
Keep sending them in.
Yeah.
New episodes are released every Wednesday. Be sure to subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast so you don't miss out.
And if you guys are enjoying what you're hearing so far, please take a moment, rate and review. It's a great way for our little podcast to get your support and get noticed.
If you have a great workplace story, email it to us at fmwlpod@gmail.com.
Yeah, any kind of story, but we said in the beginning, sometimes we like to have theme episodes.
Yes.
So right now we're specifically looking for any kind of bathroom-related stories, weird bathroom encounters.
Ooh, I got a bathroom story.
Yeah, we've gotten a few already.
I've got a couple.
I think this will be a very special episode.
Yes.
Also, if any workplace romance stories, secret rendezvous.
Secrets or workplace romances that don't go over very well.
Yeah. So again, any kind of story, but if you specifically have any stories on those two topics, please send those in. And you can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at FMWL Pod. Thank you guys so much for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening.
And we'll talk at you next Wednesday.
Come on back.
Bye.
Bye. Look.
If I burp in the middle.
I had Thai food last night, and I'm quite gassy of the mouth today, so...